feelings. Hey, I was just coming to this mood and all grabbing her in different spots and stuff there. Hey, she wasn't worried about that. I wasn't thinking about that either. I was thinking about, hey, I don't want to put it back anyway. Therefore, when it comes to our salvation, we got to push our little feelings. We got to put thing on the side there. Consider what a person is doing for us, and consider what they're doing for us, and get over it.
And get over it.
And get over it. Now, tell you something. The lady, she didn't get over the point of that there, but she's after we went around the circle line, she saw that she still was waiting. Thank you.
Yeah, you saved her life.
See? Yeah.
No attitude.
She could have started. Get going on. She ain't that ain't. Yeah, that gratefulness overwhelmed all that.
Amen.
Wow. But she had to get that to me first, let me know, because hey, I was kind of, I'm kind
Well, you could have just said, man, if I can't do that, and went through the hole yourself and left her behind. Well, you didn't.
No, I couldn't do that because she had to black out. She had the way. You had to go way back.
We had to walk all. Now we had to walk all the way around.
Oh. There was only one way through there.
Right.
And she was in front.
Huh? Yeah.
So
She had the whole plug.
Yeah.
So she had to lay hands on her.
She had to do something.
Well, my point of it is that our salvation, dear folks, if you want salvation, everything else, what does it matter when God hollering at me? Hey, y'all know some. We went through some stuff here with the apostle here.
Amen.
I don't know him that was already. He haven't hurt our feelings.
Amen.
Made some cry.
Amen.
Amen. But I'm glad he did all of that.
Yep.
See? I'm talking about all like that because the truth is worth that.
Yep.
Sure it is.
The truth.
Cry a little bit here and there,
Yeah.
just to keep on stepping.
Right. And therefore, this is what I'm talking about on that end. Did you get it fired up? Oh, okay. All right, then. Just as anything else goes, dear folks, we have a little problem with the system. I want to take this time now to kind of go back and welcome in all our listeners, those that's in Israel, those that's in Canada, those that's in the Philippines, and where you might be picking us up on the internet. Enter into our house where our motto is, come one, come all, let us build our future upon the foundation of peace and love. Shalom Ve'ahava. And upon these two principles, when we learn how to live as human beings, then are we ready for Yah's kingdom. And all that cannot adjust and live by those things there, you will perish from this earth. See? Also, may you all have joy in this season of our joy. That's what this time is called. This is the season of our joy. God gave that to us, and want to make a special shout out, much comfort for our sister Naomi and Israel during this time of grief. May y'all comfort them as well as give great joy on that end. So we're just getting our system going and all those things set forth up. And just as we are learning about our God, he has a name. We go to Psalm 68:4. It says, sing to God, sing praises to his name. Extol him who rides on the clouds by his name, Yah, and be glad in his presence. As I found a truth has it there, YAH, that's his name. Yeah, folks. And that is becoming more and more used in everything because all these other forms, we're going to have to learn how to get adjusted to those things. There are some other things that we're gonna have to learn how to get adjusted to. Y'all will sell those things out if we learn to be correct.
That's right.
And that's why I say don't go against correction. See? Because there is some things that gonna have to get straightened out. See? And those that are able to get those things straightened out will be all right. You said, what are you talking about? I heard, well, hey, we got people that and other folks, messianics and all that there. We can't get together on which day, the right day. And I'm talking about the feast days.
Right.
See? Therefore, we have this situation here, but somebody's gonna be corrected tomorrow and the next day, and there's about two, 3 different days span different between the right days here. Somebody got to be wrong.
That's right.
Yeah. So all I'm saying is that comfort yourself, get yourself in the fact that, hey, if we have to be corrected, be corrected.
Amen.
Accept correction. Ain't no disgrace. Well, I've been doing this way all along. I'm going to the end. I had a lot of my relatives tell me that. I be talking to them, trying to tell them about the Sabbath, trying to tell them that, well, I've been going this way so long. I'm gonna go on see what the end gonna be. I said, okay. They just won't give it up. But nevertheless, let's not be that way. Who is this God we're talking about? Here's another thing that kind of changed and got my correction came in those things there. When I started realizing the God that we're talking about. See? We go to the 8th verse there, and it says, the earthquake and rain poured from the sky at the presence of God. Even Sinai shook at the presence of God, the God of Israel. And therefore, I want you to understand something. See? Please get this. When you say the God of Israel, you are talking something that you need to learn about. Because this God is not like these gods that these other folks have told you about and saying all about and everything. Mm-hmm. Ain't like that. Okay? This God I'm talking about here, he will do some bad stuff to you.
He shall will.
I mean, this loving God will do all that to you.
This loving God will do some bad stuff to you. This God, same God we're talking about, use that with Noah. I say this, see? Yah did not trust with the handling of the door.
That's right. That's right.
Why didn't he? Yeah, they didn't trust him.
So, he would have left the babies in here.
He know how he knew that them certain cries and some certain things.
What he created.
So y'all the one that took at that door.
He took care of it.
See, y'all took at that.
And when he closed, he closed. Yeah.
It's something like what those stewardess tell you when you get on an airplane. See? Once they close them doors and everything there, the steward say, they'll tell you, it's out of my hands. In other words, they don't getting on me and fussing at me and all that. It's out of my hands. Cause I was in a situation like that. We did on the plane there and all, and so what else did that? She said, "Hey, look, it's out of my hands." She said, "According to federal law."
That's it.
According to federal law. So she throw it back on the federal law. And once them doors are closed and everything, you can't.
Can't open them up. And tell us to light it up.
That's right. Tell her, hey, and she didn't. She said, I'm not getting no trouble.
Yeah, people don't understand. They do have federal marshals on every one of those planes. You didn't want to see them. But you call yourself trying to force that lady, some federal marshals gonna get you.
So, hey, that's it.
That's it.
That's the thing over there. So Yah told him, cause Yah knew that them little baby crying, hearing the little babies hollering, save my little baby. I remember that got me too. Got my attention. When I was in Jerusalem there, the lady hollered out, help my little baby. I looked at her. Sorry about that, man. This is a miracle now. I could have been my accident, but this woman had no little baby in years. And the other women that were there to do it looked and laughed too about it and everything. So they knew too. But boy, it was a kind of touching thing, He laughed at me. You fell for that one, huh? I'm pretty sure they all know each other. And so, so they, Yah said, hey, look, this is it. This is all I'm going to save. Ain't nobody else going to be saved. And that's it. Little babies, or what you call old folk, or what, hey, you gone.
They had their chance. They had 100 years of chance.
So, that's what I'm saying here. The God of Israel ain't nothing to play with. We better get serious about those things. You ain't serious about your salvation and everything there, hey, the enemy gonna cause you to lose it.
Amen.
Okay? No? And he's pretty good at his job. I can give him credit on that. He's pretty good there. But so is Yah.
Oh, yeah.
But you gotta follow instructions.
Amen.
And that's how we got to get practice. And God teaches us how to get in practice of following instructions from a kid up.
Right.
See? From a child up.
Yeah.
We got to learn children got to learn how to obey their parents. But even right there, when you start getting rebellious, you think you know one of your parents, and you got all those things there, and you think you just equal with your parents, and put that dude and messes you up.
Amen. Amen.
That's what I had one person tell me that. Mama can't be telling me what to do and everything. She don't listen to me. I ain't listening to her. Yeah.
Or she holler at me, I holler at her.
Yeah. I talked to many of them like that.
Like they know it.
Like they know more than mom.
Yeah.
That's
They been listening to me and them kids out there in school.
Yeah. Like they're in the same position, And like that, and I let them know. I said, wait a minute, well, first of all, whoa. You don't come to the wrong person.
Don't have no kind of guidance. But them other kids just follow them like they know everything.
Yeah, those kids in school, they'll get you in trouble if you listen to them.
Yeah.
But they tell you all kinds of stories. Then you go to their house and hey, they run like a little rabbit.
I learned that lesson too. That don't believe all the things, your little homies and buddies and little people that tell you that.
Be careful who you listen to.
Right. That's it. So, but no, you're not on equal ground with your parents. Whenever I see those things, I say, whoa, let's get this straight right now. You're not on equal grounds with you don't even know how to walk.
Oh.
See? Who fixed your food? You don't know about it. You don't know about no. All you know to do was holler and cry, hollering. So how you on the equal standards with them? But somehow we get those things all mixed up. Yeah, she got to treat me just like that. Hey, I'm all alone, As I already told him, I have not seen any definition. I have not seen any term in there where it says, see, after you get over a certain age, you can disrespect your parents, your father and your mother. And if anybody have seen that in there, show it to me because I need that correction there because I've been telling folks that's not right. When it says honor thy father and thy mother, it was no age criteria set there.
I know.
Yeah, there is.
See?
There's a criteria, age criteria. I mean, there's a length of time
Okay.
till you die.
I was gonna say,
Okay. You got that right.
What it should be is that when you're young, you obey them because that's what you're supposed to do. But as you're an adult, you still respect them. You obey them and honor them out of respect. You know what I'm saying? It should come with maturity. You mature, to still understand that you still give your parents respect.
Well, my point of it is that I don't stop being your father because you're 18.
Right? Yeah.
You don't
That's my point of view, and I'm 45.
Right. Right. But that's what I'm saying, though. The age does not stop that situation. Okay, she's 90 years old, and then you 70 years old. Hey, she's still your parent. That don't change.
Well, I know one instance that the Pharisee called this man that Yeshua healed because he was blind. And he began to, and they said, hey, you got a son that was blind from birth, right? He was healed by so and so, right? And what they say? Call him in. He's of age. Let's talk to him.
Yeah, but that's
But that was him. He was talking to him about that situation. But that don't mean that they relinquished their parental right.
yeah. They were him, and they didn't say we and his parents.
Right.
They were just saying now he's old enough to speak for himself about situations.
The situation happened to him. So
Yeah, right.
I'm not getting kicked out of $7.
Right, that was the situation now.
Right.
we know how you Pharisees are.
You're right. She didn't come to him and say, hey, that ain't none of my son. I ain't on his mother. She didn't say that there. See? And that's it. But she said, yeah, when they get to a certain age, they are responsible for their actions and their results. See? And therefore, that's the way that those things go on and work. So it is with Yah. Isaiah 43, 10 through 12. We have a responsibility for our actions. See? And the reason why is because you're not your own.
Right.
Do we understand that? Mm-hmm. I hear so many people, well, I just do whatever I want to do. You're lying. You're lying. Okay. Boy, did I ever get that wrong. I thought, oh man. When I was working everything, I said, well, once I retire, hey, I'm going to get a chance to do whatever I want to do then. Hey, boy, I lied to myself. And then it's gone all day long.
I might be.
Yeah, but they gonna stop, So what I'm saying is that time doesn't come. We just fool ourselves. That's what I found out. I said, well, if I want to live in the bed all day long, I can and everything. No, I can't.
Yeah.
That's what I said to myself. No, I can't. See? If it ain't somebody else up there, then I got the wife in there. What you gonna do? You ain't. You know how y'all wives is. You know how you got something around the house to do here.
We got a certain time for you to get up.
No, they always got stuff to do. You know, you all know about that. They always got stuff around the house for you to do. You don't get that camera. We going, hey, but in yard ain't looking good. And, so you just can't just.
You know, people think when you retire, you know, you ain't got nothing to do. You see what I'm talking about?
Yeah, it happens.
You just ain't got a job.
But they
That's
plan
it.
things.
You know, you got things to do. You just don't have a job.
Yeah, I got a job, but it's
Well, you ain't retired then.
But
I ain't met somebody with a job that's retired.
what Liddell was saying, people will say that, oh, he ain't got nothing to do, even though he's not working, but they do have things to do.
Yeah, I roll more now than what I did when I had 8 to 5.
you need a job so you can get some rest.
There you go. But that just shows you how we get our relativity kind of skewed up. See? People volunteer for call so because he retired now. And you got 5 or 6 people doing that there. Guess what? You busy all the time. See? But nevertheless, this boils down to the point of we still don't get a chance to do those things there of what we talk about, because we all have a relativity of what is expected of us. But here we are a witness of Yah. That's what he said. You are my witnesses, Adonai, and my servants whom I have chosen, so that you can know and trust me. All these things about it, all this operation stuff about it is because of the fact that God wants us to learn how to trust him.
Amen.
We're going to talk about that a little bit today here. All these things that God asks us to do and stuff around is for us to learn how to trust him.
Amen. Amen.
You say, well, I don't trust nobody. I don't care right now. You lying.
You trust somebody, got to.
See, you lying. And usually a lot of times, the worst person in the world is the one that we pick to trust.
Sure.
You want to know who that is?
Self.
Yourself.
Yeah.
Say that again. Somebody said that.
Self.
Yourself. I don't trust nobody but myself. Bad choice. What did God say about that self, that heart of ours? What did it say about it? That's what you want to trust in?
No.
That's what you want to trust in?
Not really.
I'm going to tell you something. That self is a surprising factor.
Oh, yeah.
It's just a whole bunch.
That self surprise you.
Amen.
You see? Therefore, here he says, you are my witnesses, Adonai, my servant whom I have chosen, so that you can know and trust me and understand that I am he. No God was produced before me, nor will any be after me. I am Adonai. Besides me, there is no deliverer. I have declared, said, and proclaimed, not some alien God among you. Therefore, you are my witnesses, Adonai. I am God. When we understand that we are Yah's witness, this should help curb our actions and what we do. This should help curb our mouths.
Amen.
See? And what we say.
Amen.
This should help curb our dress and how we dress and what we put on.
Amen. Amen.
God requires all those things.
Yes, he does.
Our eating,
Amen.
even though it's for our good.
Yep.
I don't see what about that. I should be able to put on what I want to put on. Hey, nobody gonna tell me what to wear and everything. I wear whatever I feel like doing all those things there. See, that's that self that we don't. That's that self that we don't.
Right.
We don't respect and go forth and everything.
Right.
Yes.
Right.
I'm telling myself, I'll be all right. Hey, let that go.
Yeah, let that go.
Let that go.
No, wrong thought.
Because I trust somebody else.
Yeah, there you go.
I'm cutting it out, boy. Hey, I got to move it in.
Selfish.
I find it amazing that most people in Israel don't want nobody to tell them. I witnessed to many people to try to let them know that they're Israel, and since you're Israel, now you have to come and abide by the laws and statutes of Israel. When I mentioned that portion of dietary laws, oh no. I love my bacon.
Yeah, they just told you what
I can't change.
they just told you what's important to them. And I want to hear that.
I want to hear that.
As I tell you what
That's
you're
it.
speaking,
Right. And dear folks, you got to get past that.
Amen.
You got to get past that I syndrome. If we don't, we ain't gonna make it. See, on that end there. One of the things, so therefore he says, you're my witness, be respectful of what you do and everything there, because this comes back on you. See, all these things come back on us. Here we see Isaiah 44:6-8 says here, thus says Israel, thus says Adonai, Israel's king and redeemer, Adonai Zebaoth. We need to understand what it means to go into place. See, we don't understand what it means to face a king. See,
No, we really don't.
we just don't have that concept of how.
Thank you.
Yeah. But when you step up in front of a king, you just can't rattle off at the mouth whatever you want to say and all that. If he says shut up, that's what he means. And if you don't, then go cut that tongue out.
You shut up then.
Right. Off with his head. Ain't nothing but can say to nobody. That's the king. So here he said, thus says Adonai, Israel's king and redeemer, Adonai Zebaoth. I am the first and I am the last. Besides me, there is no God. Who is like me? Let him speak out. Let him show me clearly what has been happening since I set up the eternal people. Let him foretell future signs and events. Don't be frightened. Don't be afraid. Didn't I tell you this long ago? I foretold it, and you are my witnesses. Is there any God besides me? Israel, is there any God beside our God?
No, I know not any.
Israel, is there any God beside our God?
No, I know not any.
He said, is there any God besides me? He said, there is no other rock. I know of none. And we should not be afraid to testify that. We should not be afraid to say that. How you going to be his witness? You know, scared to back up and say what he said. See? So, hey, I tell folks that even though I know they ain't going to like it and those things there, but hey, because this is one thing I found out about my God. We go to Psalms 115 and the 3rd verse. Our God, the question was asked, why should the nations ask, where is their God? Our God is in heaven. He does whatever pleases him. Not whatever pleases you. Not whatever pleases me. He does whatsoever pleases him. And so if it's going to be any pleasing, dear folks, it's got to be on the other way around, right?
Amen.
We please him. Because I think it was said already earlier, because he got something we want.
That's right.
And it's hard to get something from somebody, see, volunteer. Therefore, let us understand that situation. Worker pleasingly on that point there, that it might be well with us on that end now. But know this for they think that they get in their way. I'll kill them, I'll do it, I'll kill myself. We got a bunch of people doing that today. And so they think they're getting by. They think they're getting by, you know. I got the victory. I won everything, you know, huh? Yeah. Let me tell you something, dear folks. According to what I read here and what I read in the scriptures here, we read in John 5:28 and 29, this first death is not the final.
Hallelujah. Hallelujah.
It's not the final.
Oh, it is.
Though our loved ones and those that have died and all of that, this ain't the final say so about them.
Amen.
See? We read that in John 5:28 and 29. Let's say before, this one I had to come to be corrected upon. I had that forms a different attitude and different thought there. But here, Mashiach said, don't be surprised at this, because the time is coming when all who are in the grave will hear his voice and come out. Okay. But here's the kicker. Those who have done good to a resurrection of life, those who have done evil, whoa! Evil ain't gonna stop you from being evil, ain't gonna stop you from having a resurrection. But I thought that at one time, you gotta be good enough to be in a resurrection, be a part of a resurrection. Oh no. Oh no. So that says that this death here is not the final death. This ain't the end of everything.
Amen.
Okay? There's a resurrection for those that did good. There's a resurrection for those that done evil.
That's right. Actually, that's right.
So this first death, we were worried about that second death.
Amen.
That's the one.
The death part is the end of your records.
See?
It says that's the closing of your book. That's all they do.
Well, that's true too.
That's
Yeah.
it.
You seal it.
That's it. Waiting the resurrection.
So what are we doing? What we're doing now is making a judgment. We're setting a character and everything there to be a part of the first resurrection.
Or the second.
See?
First.
And I tell you, if we have to have a resurrection, I prefer not to have a resurrection, but if you have to have a resurrection, you want to be a part of the first one.
Amen.
And righteous and those things that do die and everything there, they will have a part in the first resurrection. See? But all going to get a resurrection.
All right.
See? Because y'all ain't finished with us yet.
Right.
On that end. Okay. we have during this particular time, I was going to kind of do some talk about our Israel update, but because of the time limit and everything, they kind of got there short here. But I do want to make mention about some things that are happening because I think that and we've been saying, we've seen it 30, 40 years ago. Hey, it's right up on us and we don't even know it. And one of the things I want to talk about is which will be in conjunction with what we're talking about in our paddle shop for today, our sermon for today, is that the Russians have sent their S-300 systems delivered to Syria. You know that's a tricky kind of thing. You know, they came back and Putin is talking to Israel and he told Netanyahu, we're not going to tell you to stop bombing over there in Horticulture because no, but yet still I'm gonna send my sophisticated woman for your things there. And they tell me that 300 is a bad boy.
Yes.
That they said 300 is a bad boy.
And Russia got them.
Yeah, Russia, yeah, sending over to Syria.
Oh.
See, Netanyahu went over there to talk to them and tell them that, hey, you need to stop Iran and you need to stop them and from doing this and all that. He said, we can't tell Iran what to do.
Well, I mean, Russia's in a very precarious place because they're trying to not get into the middle of what Israel and Iran has going on, and they try not to get in the middle of what Israel and Syria really has going on. Mm-hmm. All they're trying to do is protect the corridor.
Right, they're trying to protect Basar, really.
Well, yeah, they're trying to protect him for the simple reason of the oil pipeline, but we're not going to.
Well, right. But just to make it simple and all those things there, and so and that whole situation is messed all up. Well, Iran has said this is what we're in here for. Here is to help Basar stay in power. And just because you got to run the enemy that we don't like and everything, that's just working out for us. So Russia say, I just can't really tell them to kick them out.
It's a sovereign country. They're allowed to bring whatever they want in it.
Right.
Emperor said yesterday, they're not going to allow no regime to come up with no nuclear weapon. I don't care who it is. They're not going to allow.
Yeah.
They said that yesterday.
Well, they got the nuclear weapon. Why nobody else can't get it?
Because they always shooting at them.
I mean, it'll be suicide for somebody gonna shoot at you, and you got a nuclear weapon, and you got the arrow to knock them down.
But I want to answer your question. Why I don't want the mother folks to have it? They said that steady talking about threatening you.
Yeah,
Right.
right. Exactly.
Well,
And you want them knuckleheads and crackheads and crazy people have. That's one thing I don't like about the gun laws and stuff here.
yeah, what I'm saying is,
You got these crazy nutheads. I don't care about certain people having guns and stuff, but the point over there, not somebody who's sitting up there talking all that stuff and raging and ain't in their mental. They don't need no guns.
And look at their history. They got a history of what they're doing. But instead of shooting at you all the time.
Who?
Huh?
What are you talking about?
The people that run Israel. Syria,
Iran has never attacked Israel directly.
they use proxy.
But
They
I'm
use
saying
Hezbollah.
they got a history.
But if you supply my enemies with aid and sophistication and everything like that, you my enemy too.
Yeah, it's hypocritical.
I mean, all countries do it.
all countries doing that.
I mean,
Well, it still go for them. They still my enemy.
yeah, I
You
mean,
still the enemy. That's what I'm saying.
But all countries don't shoot at each other like the way they doing Israel over there.
They just had a big riot just the other day here, and he had time there, sending bombs and sending the balloons over there, and I mean, just if I steady supply the people that's causing trouble to you, I said I had this screen, I ain't got nothing to do with it, but I'm steady supplying them, telling them, don't know what they're telling. I'm steady over there agitating them up, supplying them with the stuff. I'm just a bigger enemy yours than anybody. They're the one that's actually doing it.
I think that's only for Israel thinking. Every country has that mindset about it. Correct?
Yeah, but it don't make it right. And that's the point of it is. God is setting up a kingdom, dear folks, and that's what I want you to get. He is going to be against all these countries.
Amen.
Well, they're gonna be against Israel one day.
Amen.
Now, bring it up to the point here. What I'm going to say to you, here's where this situation is established and set forth, and I said this way back then, 40 years later, and it's still coming to pass here. Abbas filed a complaint over the U.S. Embassy in Jerusalem. He filed a complaint. He went to the World Court and filed a complaint about the United States moving their embassy to Jerusalem. Mahmoud Abbas, that's the head of the Palestinian Authority. And let me tell you something, he's got a valid case. He's got a valid case because it's written in their laws. Keep up all this and keep up all this. It's written in their laws that you are not to establish, you cannot establish an embassy in a place that is not totally owned by that state.
Correct. That would make the problem.
By that country. And if it's a disputed, like Jerusalem is disputed, and that's the point that they're going on. He's saying that, hey, Jerusalem, just because the United States declared Jerusalem the capital of Israel, do not make that acceptable. Correct. And according to the World Court, it's not acceptable. And the reason why he got that status, there's a resolution that all nations came together and agreed on.
242.
That's right. Resolution 242.
Don't have a right to.
And they told him they're right. Just because you won the victory, don't mean that you have a right to the land.
Right.
You do not have a right to this here. Jerusalem is disputed. That's why for a long time, they couldn't even call Jerusalem Israel.
But what about that other country that's got a embassy sitting in Jerusalem? There's another country over there.
They ain't worried about them. They ain't worried about them. They ain't worried about them other countries. No, man. They just want the big boys. And so now they are filing a claim against them and for them to remove that embassy there because they are going against the World Court. Notice this, World Court now. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Right.
Going against World Court that said establish the embassy in another country, and unless that place that you do it is undisputably owned by them.
Right.
Because no, Trump is not going to remove what he has. He crazy up to stick to it.
So you can see how this thing is all we're all geared up for a battle there, folks.
Oh, yeah. World War III.
Trump should have kept Trump trying to stop him with that.
Yeah.
We all geared up for but I knew it when I first read it, when I saw it, y'all revealed on my mind and everything. That when they came up with that resolution 242, I said it then. I've been back there and I haven't changed my mind yet about it. That's it.
So I'm about to tell him, bring it on.
Yes.
And that's probably why Trump came back at the UN. I hope everybody took the time to actually watch these world leaders at the UN. I'm serious.
I watched it.
Because they said some key things in there we need to be paying attention
Yes, it is.
Trump, that's why Trump came back and was like, we're going to have a deal for the Palestinians and the Israel. It's a really good deal.
Yeah.
That's why he had to come back and say
Yeah,
that.
that's right.
He said the other night. He said when he was in favor of the two-state solution. So,
Mm-hmm.
peace plan, yeah.
And once they're locked into that two-state thing there, they're locked into the situation that the scripture says will take place in Zechariah. See, so therefore, it can't fail.
No.
See?
I'm wondering how that's going to work, though. Because
Huh?
I'm wondering how that's going to work. Because I don't see Netanyahu giving no ground. I don't see it.
Well, the scripture say they're going to take it, right? They're going to take it.
Well, I'm just saying, it may not.
It's gonna be a fight.
I understand, but all this may not happen under Netanyahu's.
Might not happen.
That's what I'm saying. That's why I'm just saying, looking at things from the perspective we see right now, I don't see Netanyahu giving up an inch of land.
But that's what I'm saying. He got the chutzpah, but yet still, I just read the other day. He said, "Well, because President Trump did say that in his peace plan, there gonna be some things that's gonna make Israel mad that Israel ain't gonna like, and there gonna be some things that Palestinians ain't gonna like." He said, "But they gonna both have to come down and make some concessions." Well, it's the same thing. That's the same thing that all the other presidents have said. That's the same thing that President Obama said.
Same thing Bush Jr.
That's right.
Clinton.
That's right.
But wasn't this stuff already resolved and Palestinians said under Arafat, when they offered Arafat the same deal, and he said, no, I don't want it. Remember you were telling me about that?
Yeah.
They had it solved then. They could
No, it really wasn't solved. You know.
Because they still had the Golan Heights.
They it was still a matter of the 1967 borderline. That was the problem. That was the big problem in the time of Obama.
Okay.
They had agreed about the splitting up of Jerusalem. Okay, they said check that and those things down. But the thing of it is, where was the borderline going to set? You know, the Palestinians want to go back to pre-1967 borderlines, and it was said, no way we going back there. Hmm? And so there's a big issue now is where is the certain border at? You know.
They want to make sure that it don't involve Jerusalem.
Yeah, right. So here, dear folks, just like the scripture says, Jerusalem is right in the center. Just as Jerusalem is the center, and we talked about that at Sukkot, in our operation of thing. Yah has made Jerusalem the center of everything. Have made it the center. And it's right there, right in the center right now, everything that's happening. And if the United States don't concede to it, then the United States is going to be in trouble with the World Court.
But they're not a signatory of the World Court.
See? Oh, they was part of it. They was part of it, the establishing of it. They was part of it. They voted unanimously in '67. See that Israel did not have a right to Jerusalem. The United States was right there with them. They had a unanimous decision to get Resolution 242. Nobody abstained. Nobody did nothing. That 100%. And that's what they can't really get around. And that's tough. And that's what's going to lock them in until Yah said he's going to bring all nations. It's either you fight against all nations or, that's the way it's going to be. Now, I agree with you. The chutzpah that Netanyahu got, he ain't changed. He'll go against the whole, well, he want to go there and bomb Iran. So, mean, I have to give him that. He got some principle now.
That'd be foolish.
Huh?
It'd be foolish for him to do that.
Well, he wanted to do it before this time, and Obama just wanted to say, no, we better kind of come up with this deal. Hey,
Now, I don't think we would stand with Israel if Israel be the aggressor and bomb Iran. Now, if everybody would bomb Israel, then America would be justified to protect their interests.
It says all nations gonna come against it.
Right.
I have little aspirations about what the United States gonna do.
And when I say it don't make no difference who the prime minister is, the scripture say they gonna take it.
All these things are flowing up to me, letting me know that with all this stuff stacked against us and everything, there, the nation of Israel, against the United States, I can see how Israel, for a long time, the United States has been an ally. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But when it says all nations, I'm beginning to, hey, it says all nations, it means all nations. That includes the United States.
That's if the United States is around at the time that this stuff happened.
You're right. Or whatever the aspect of it. But all nations is gonna be all nations. You know? So rest assured, when Yah gets ready to show what his might, that's what's gonna take place. See? And I'm with Israel all the way.
Amen, I am too.
All right. So this is what we're facing, you know. Let's watch it. Fulfillment of the Bible, right? And he said, listen to what these are. And then, hey, Trump got the whole nation. Trump been hollering about America's a laughing stock. America's a laughing stock. And guess what? He was a big laughing stock. Did y'all see that when he went to the...
You were laughing at it, not laughing with it. Laughing at it.
You thought they were laughing with it.
You talk like a bubbly idiot. No.
He knew he tried to play it off later. And to the news conference, I meant to make them mad.
You know, by the way, he messed up and was talking. If I was Republican, I'd have told him to pull the plug. He was messing up hard.
They're scared of it.
They're afraid of him,
It's like two Trumps, though.
Huh?
It's like two different Trumps.
Yeah. True.
It is. It's like two Trumps because I don't know if y'all have ever paid attention. When he speaks at a world body, he don't talk the same that he does when he's speaking in America.
You're right.
You know, he's like an idiot, a bumbling idiot in America. But when he get on the world stage, he become like a Bob boss.
The mob boss sound like a bumbling idiot. Same clone.
Well, sometimes you can what you call it, the projector they have on the screen.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Teleprompter.
Yeah, teleprompter.
I'm not talking about the word. I'm just talking about his actions and the way he come off. When he was at the UN, he seemed like he was a gangster. He was like, "This we gonna do. We gonna do this. We gonna do this. We gonna do this."
Yeah, because he feel like he's got we're the most powerful nation. He feel like we're the most powerful nation around, and we got to get up there and talk like that and everything.
He got to run it to his base. That's what he's doing.
But this is why we see in closing this section of it out. The number one thing that the Mashiach is gonna have to do when he come back.
It was a strong nation.
It's what?
Strong nation.
So you're gonna have these strong nations. You're gonna have these strong military nations around.
And the weak saying is strong.
But it's gonna have to take a stronger one. Tell them to get rid of all that stuff. And convince them to do it.
Oh, it ain't gonna be a problem.
There ain't gonna be no problem, huh?
Nah.
Yeah.
Once they find out, hey, we just lost a whole division by this one person.
Right.
Yeah, we might want to go to the negotiate table.
No prior shot. They just dropped dead.
Yeah, but you got some of them ain't gonna be stubborn. We ain't giving up our weapons.
Yeah, they're gonna test it, you know, but they're gonna find out that it's not gonna be as if they think it is.
You think you crazy white people gonna get rid of their AK-47?
You won't count on God's blessings. You won't count on God's protection. You won't count on Yah's sheltering us. This is why we have what we call our Hoshino time during this particular time of the season. We've been having our daily ones, and today here. So we're going to have our Hoshino time, and you don't have your seduas or papers that we. This is where we plead our God for His help in those things there. And we've been pleading all this week, realizing the point of what the situation that we're in. If this has not let you know, I was looking on the internet there, and they had the weapons, and it says the weapons that the Navy have that you won't even think about. And man, that slide, man, they got some bad stuff.
I know. I've been trying to tell you though.
Oh, yeah, got some stuff.
We got some, you know, he was talking about the Navy, but just the Navy. Ain't talking about the Air Force, just talking about the Navy. They got some bad stuff. So these things get cut loose on folks and everything else. It's gonna be some bad news for the world. Now they ain't talking about the stuff that Russia got too now. And just think all that stuff get
And
cut loose.
China has come a long way.
Oh yeah. Other folks got it too.
Yeah, they are really worried. The Navy is really concerned about China.
Yeah.
But they got some hitting and some defense and some stuff, boy. Hey, it's a scary thing. I just really don't see how, if you really got to cut loose on, I just don't see how mankind as a whole could come out on his own. You know, that's why it says that Mashiach said, men's heart failing them for fear of the things that's coming upon the earth. If we all cut loose with what we got now and everything, it would be curtains for all mankind.
Right. Israel wouldn't have a chance on his own.
Oh no, Israel ain't got no chance. Ain't no nation really got no chance.
Nope. United States, Russia, China.
That's right, none of them.
I don't know. The only one that I kind of think would kind of have a chance would be China. And the only reason I say that is because they've prepared and they literally have underground cities that they've built, and they got way more people than we got. So those who are able to survive underneath, they had to be living underground for a long time, but
A long time.
But
that's what I'm talking about. We cut out this, if we have this nuclear war and everything there, and this radiation stuff there, we're talking about 5,000 or 6,000 years before this stuff will be down there where you can come out of the caves and you can come out of the dwelling place. Okay? And I don't know what kind of living system they got under there. They'd be like mobile men when they come out. But the Bible clearly tells us that ain't gonna happen. And that's the only good consolation is it says Yah has angels. That's right. That's right. Those great destructive powers, and that's our hope. All right. You that have your seduas, you can turn to page 326 in the old one. If you have your new ones, you can turn to page 368.
326?
326.
The paper is 368.
368.
For the 6 days.
That's the first day.
Okay, if you have the new ones, if you have the new and at the top there, you should have either 368 or either 326. One of the numbers there. If you got the Sedua books there.
When it say Hoshino,
Yeah,
she'll call Hoshino.
yeah. But it should be right at the top of there. Laws of the conclusion of Yom Kippur. At the very top.
Yeah.
Should be a number up there on the first page.
Yeah, I see it.
What number is it?
368.
All right then, you got the new one. Okay.
Oh, you know.
All right. Here's how that goes. Everybody got one? We want you to share in. You will repeat, I will say, and then you will repeat. But you will say, help us, we beseech you. That is your return. That's what.
Help us, we beseech you.
Huh?
Help us, we beseech you.
That's it. Help us, we beseech you. Is what you will repeat after I get through making a statement here. All right. We want you to need to stand for this. Those that stand, others not. All right. We're making our plea. Are we ready? Ready. Okay. For your sake, our God.
Help us, we beseech you.
For your sake, our Creator.
Help us, we beseech you.
For your sake, our Redeemer.
Help us, we beseech you.
For your sake, you who seek us.
Help us, we beseech you.
Hallelujah.
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 All right, now we go down to page on the 6th day. If you got the, just keep going, turning, you'll see on there where it says,
What?
6 days.
if you got the one that, the old one is page 328 at the top there, it says on the 6th day.
New one is one.
And the new ones,
Good, bro. 376. Don't worry.
72.
372.
That is on the 6th day.
All right.
Good.
And your cry will be, help us, we beseech you. That's what you will sound. I will read it, and then your response will be, help us, we beseech you. I'll give a dip on my voice and give you a chance to, and give you know when to do those things. All right. Save the earth from curse.
Help us, we beseech you.
The cattle from miscarriage.
Help us, we beseech you.
The granary from the palmer worm.
Help us, we beseech you.
The corn from the scorching heat.
Help us, we beseech you.
Our wealth from calamity.
Help us, we beseech you.
Our repast from confusion.
Help us, we beseech you.
The olives from slaughtering.
Help us, we beseech you.
The wheat from the grasshopper.
Help us, we beseech you.
The food from insects.
Help us, we beseech you.
The wine cellar from the cankerworm.
Help us, we beseech you.
The vineyards from the worms.
Help us, we beseech you.
The autumn crop from the locust.
Help us, we beseech you.
The choice fruit from the cricket.
Help us, we beseech you.
Our souls from panic.
Help us, we beseech you.
Our plenty from the bald locust.
Help us, we beseech you.
The flocks from emancipation.
Help us, we beseech you.
The fruit from the blasting of the wind.
Help us, we beseech you.
The sheep from destruction.
Help us, we beseech you.
The harvest from malediction.
Help us, we beseech you.
The fields abundantly from leanness.
Help us, we beseech you.
The wheat stalks from shrivel.
Help us, we beseech you.
The grain from the caterpillar.
Help us,
We beseech you. Hallelujah.
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 Okay, you may be seated. Okay. As we have made, now what we're going to do is we're going to fulfill another one of our mitzvahs during this particular time of the season. As we're going to have you all now to move to our sukkah outside. We're going to invite you all that's on the net to stay there, and then we're going to invite you into our sukkah that we are built and all in accordance with what God has said, and we will finish our service there. So we'll see you out in the sukkah.
Are we through with our sidurs?
Huh? Yeah, we'll do the sukkah. That's why I want to bring you here. Yeah, you can get my papers back. You can get the papers back.
I'm gonna have you grab the camera from me. Ready? That door there. Back it up. Turn it around.